Linux and Macs have very similar operating systems and can be backed up using the same programs if desired. You can use native programs built into each computer's OS, or you can use third-party programs like Backup Exec, Veeam, or Commvault, among others. You can back up to a local storage device such as a USB drive, or you can back up to another computer, a NAS, or a SAN device. You can use a drive share or even a DVD burner. There are many options from which to choose. One of the more popular backup programs for Linux is called Remote Sync, or rsync for short. This is a free utility that comes with every full Linux distribution. I say full because some are very stripped down versions used for IoT devices or for secure appliances that don't need additional software that may cause issues. rsync is a command line tool, but some developers have put various graphical user shells on top of it. rsync works incrementally at the block level on a file-by-file basis. This means if we change just 2 characters in a 1 megabyte text file, only 1 or 2 blocks will be transferred across the LAN on the next sync. This is very efficient and one of the reasons why it's so popular. Another option for backups would be creating an image. Data description, or DD backup, has also been around for many years. You can create bootable images of an entire disk that can be moved to another computer or hard drive. There are many other backup tools on Linux as well, but they vary by Linux distribution. There are thousands of Linux distributions that are all used for various purposes, but some of the core backup applications can be found on almost all of them. Macs can also be backed up using many different utilities, but by far the most preferred is Time Machine. Time Machine comes with your Mac and can be used very easily by attaching a drive and then click to backup using the graphical utility. You can also schedule backups and make some general changes to preferences. Time Machine automatically makes hourly backups for the past 24 hours, daily backups for the past month, and weekly backups for all previous months. The oldest backups are deleted when your backup disk is full. The first backup might take longer because it will be a full backup. Incremental backups will only back up files that have changed. With the explosion of workers working from home instead of at the office, sysadmins are going to need to be backing up computers that may not be in the office. They may be at the home office. So what we need to do is to send our users a hard drive and then open up computer management and make that hard drive available for Windows backup. I've attached a drive. I'm going to go to Storage and Disk Management, and it's going to prompt me to get that drive ready to be used. The drive is online. I'll create a new volume and finish. Now that drive is ready, I need to go into Control Panel to do what's called a bare metal backup. Now there's another option that we can do, which is designed for Windows 10 and 11. But in this option, it allows us to do a bare metal backup, and it's the only way to do it. And it uses Windows 7 technology, as you see here. After Windows 7, Microsoft went a different direction and decided to go with volume shadow backups instead. Volume shadow backups basically allow you to back up specific files rather than doing an entire bare metal backup. We see the E drive was already sanctioned for backups, but it's not big enough to back up the entire drive. So I'm going to click on Options and choose Manage Backup Disk Space. And I'm going to change from our E drive to our new F drive. And I can do that by clicking on Close and going back to Options, but this time we'll click on Change Backup Options. And now I'll change to the F drive, click Next. I'm going to choose to let me choose what I want to back up. And now I can choose just my own files and folders in my users folder by choosing these options that you see here, or I could choose the entire hard drive by clicking on the C drive. And also you see it includes a system image that allows us to do the entire partition to be recovered. Now, just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to uncheck that box and uncheck that. I'm just going to choose a single folder and click Next, Save Settings, and Run Backup. This backup should actually go fairly quickly since it's just a small folder. Now, we also see the option to create a system repair disk. You'll have to have a DVD burner and a blank DVD disk in there in order to create this. But what it'll do is it'll allow you to boot off of that DVD, and then you can select your image and then do your restoration if you need to do a full bare metal restoration. But if you just need to restore specific files and folders, you can do it while you're logged into Windows and click on Restore My Files. Now I'll choose to browse for files and choose my shared data. I can double click and just choose the individual document or choose the entire folder. I can also click on Browse for Folders and choose Add Folder. Now I can choose to the original location if I'd like, or in the following location. I'm going to go down to File Explorer. And I'm going to go to this PC C drive, and I'm going to delete the shared data folder. So now I'm going to say, go ahead and put it in the original location and click Restore. And just like that, my folder's been restored. I'll go back to File Explorer. And there's my shared data folder and file inside. Windows Client Backup can be easily done using the included application to either a local drive or to a network share. There are also third-party cloud solutions for a fee that can back up as well. Azure has many backup options from which to choose. Some are for on-premises devices and others are cloud-based. Let's take a look at some of these options. With on-premises devices, we can back up files, folders, system state of your on-premises servers and clients using the Microsoft Azure Recovery Services Agent, also known as MARS. With Azure Virtual Machines, you can back up entire Windows or Linux VMs or back up files, folders, and the system state using the MARS agent. Azure Managed Disks are block-level storage volumes that are managed by Azure and used with Azure Virtual Machines. We can back up Azure Managed Disks into the Azure Cloud. Back up Azure file shares to a storage account. Azure files can be Azure V2 storage created in the Azure portal. You can then create shares that can be mapped to client drives just like an on-premises server share. Azure Blob Storage is used as a repository for large amounts of unorganized files to be kept as needed. We can back these types of files up in Azure as well. If you're using a SQL database in an Azure virtual machine, you can back up the MS SQL databases separate from the virtual machine itself. You can do the same with PostGRE databases as well. Some of the advantages to using Azure Backup are that you no longer need to have physical storage devices that need to be swapped or replaced. You can keep the backups as long as needed. The storage is scalable as much as you want to use, centralized monitoring by Microsoft, and multiple storage options. The cost may be higher depending on how much data you store. There is a lack of control since the data is no longer in your possession. That may cause an issue with security and compliance. The restoration can take much longer than on-premises restoration based on server and internet speed. Some companies use both on-premises and cloud storage for backups. This can give you the extra protection you may need, but be sure to watch the costs each month.